92.5 FM, WVNN. Depend on it.
Good morning. Welcome into Hometown Heartbeat. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host, checking in this morning. We've yet again got some things going on. Copper, we've got the crazy echo in our ears one more time. So whatever we had to do yesterday to fix that, probably need to execute the same thing. But we trying to do some different things. We're going to try to come back to Van Halen. We're going to do a Van Halen all day long, but we will work to get that correct as well. What's going on, guys? Let's bring everybody in. Hey, it's a party every morning here in the studio. I got Boomer, I got Sandee Lou, got producer Connor, we got Copper at Master Controls. Instead of Will's off today. What's going on?
Echo.
Hey!
Party time.
It is party time.
Hey! Thank you, Copper. That's awesome. Perfect. We really need to get over here and talk to Connor.
Yeah.
Really need to get over here and talk to Connor. So usually I get a text message at around I get a text message around 4:45 that says on my way. So we've set up a rule. If you're new to this show, we gain listeners on a daily basis. So for those of you that this is your first time joining us, we have a rule. Connor's he's a senior in high school, so he does this show really early in the morning, and then he gets credit for it, and then he goes to school and does his day, which is awesome and super responsible. But he's 17. When I was 17, you couldn't have got me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I try to give a little, there's a little leadway there. So I just ask him, I say, hey man, because he's kind of important to what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of like the most important piece of what we do. So I just said, hey man, hey, how about maybe at like 4:45? Let's just shoot for 15 minutes before the show starts. And he's like, I can do that. Okay. So that first day he was here at 4:45. The second day, I got a text at 4:45, and it's kind of evolved to where as long as I get a text by 4:45, we're in good shape, which means he's here 4:48, give or take. He doesn't live far. Today, the text said, I'll be there shortly.
Oh.
And I was like, oh. At this point, we're on the way normally, but today we'll be there shortly. Connor, what happened, buddy?
I was just running behind, and that's my way of saying I'm awake. No need to call me, but I'm not in my car.
Oh, man.
Yeah, my kids, I'd have got that text about this afternoon sometime.
Right, exactly.
Yes,
Forgot to send it.
Exactly.
Well, man, cancer sucks.
It does.
Yes, it does.
Eddie Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
This was going to hurt worse than Prince.
Yeah.
His family kept that so private which is awesome that you live in a world where you can actually dial it back and not share. But it hit me because I'd forgot that he'd kind of had that. So it really snuck up on me. Because normally you'd get, daily, a minute updates. So-and-so's in the hospital. So-and-so's not doing good. So-and-so's not. And his was just like,
yeah.
Almost like you didn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
It was so quick. Yeah.
I'm talking about, guy's just, he's the best guitarist to ever do it.
Yeah.
The best guitarist. We should just,
by far.
We should just do the entire show over a Van Halen album.
Yes.
We just let Van Halen play in the background the entire 2-hour show. YouTube's going to hate us for this.
Day has been
I guarantee you this live stream will not make it. For those of you watching the live stream, probably not going to work today because Van Halen will be with us all day.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I am totally okay with that.
Oh, our listeners right now driving to work.
Hold on. Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about you driving down the road right now. You're pumped.
Everyone that knows me knows that I'm really all up on it right now.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum,
And Connor's over there
Connor's like, what is this crazy rock and roll music?
Yeah. Hot for teacher, that's illegal.
I know, right?
Yes, Connor, this song is called Hot for Teacher.
Okay.
Well, you don't dig it? You don't, it's just, Connor, I don't see the excitement on your face that I was hoping for.
I don't know that I dig it for the 2 hours this show is on.
That's what happens when you have a 17-year-old producer that didn't see the 80s, the greatest decade mankind has ever known.
Connor needs to just spend a day with me so that he can be educated on all the 80s.
I'm not saying the music's bad or anything. I'm just saying.
You just didn't want to hear it as a bed to the entire talk show for 2 consecutive hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't actually going to do that.
Okay, cool. Well, you.
No, you're right. I would do that, but I'm not going to do that today.
His jeans are still burning the fact that you busted him on being late. He's still sore.
He knew. Well, he wasn't. In all fairness, he got here at like 4:57, so 3 minutes to spare.
He's good.
Yeah, but when Sandee beats you, you know you're in trouble.
Yeah. I've seen blue lights on the road I live on enough times to know that the 35 speed limit, you got to abide by it.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I've seen blue lights on the way to the show, so trust me.
Yeah, that's early in the morning.
Yeah, no,
He's seen blue lights right up on it.
they've been in the bed of my truck. It felt like
Because they're mad, they're up too.
Yeah.
Right. 100%.
I mean, we have a lot of fantastic police men and women that listen to this show. Great men and women that listen to this great show. The backbone of this country. We support the police here on Hometown Heartbeat. We are the most supportive, most pro-police talk show in the world. How about that?
Absolutely.
How about that? So for all of you out there serving in the thin blue line, we want to thank you for your service and welcome into the show. We need to get some police we need to get some police calls going. We need to talk to some cops. I want to hear some cop stories. You can make up a name if you want to. You don't have to tell me your real name. Or you could just be officer. Calling officer on line 1. That'd be good. Mm-hmm. If you're listening right now and you're a Huntsville police officer, maybe you had a little canine experience, maybe you know Boomer over here pretty well, maybe you should call. I'm just saying.
You know what I did? It's been a very long time ago. I was able to go
on a ride along.
Yeah.
So
and we ended up getting into a high-speed car chase.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't brought this to the show yet?
High-speed car chase. It was crazy. I turned around. The guy goes, look behind you. I turned around. There were like 13 cop cars, like flying, dust everywhere. It was crazy. Went through a neighborhood in Huntsville and ended up catching the guy. And he sat in the back seat, and I was scared to death. I was in my 20s. I was scared to death. And I'm just sitting there, but I'm acting like all chill and everything, you know? And he's like...
And you were terrified.
He goes, "You look too nice to be a cop." And I went, "Looks can fool you." And I turned back around and I thought, oh my gosh. It was awesome. It was the most exciting thing. And that chase was actually used in a class for police officers.
Very interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Boomer, for answering and responding to that.
Your storytelling was it got a little. I need you to land the plane there.
Whatever.
I needed you to land the plane there at the end. But I did appreciate the story.
Or stop the car.
I'm
okay,
done.
Okay.
My
You and your
storytelling is
puns.
done. Yeah, I love it.
I'm kind of punny.
Oh my gosh! This is what happens when you put a friggin' baby boomer on a talk show with a friggin' millennial.
I actually, that was something I was going to bring up. I think, just to think of ways we can kind of interject our own personalities into the show every once in a while. Boomer's daily dad joke. That sounds amazing.
I love it. I think it's awesome.
I would rather punch myself in the nether region than have dad jokes.
What if I
daily.
played a Van Halen song underneath of it?
Then we could do it.
All right, yeah.
No, it's such an interesting story that we were talking about. Oh, we can't talk about going to breakfast without Sandee, can we?
Did y'all go to breakfast again this morning?
Did we tell you where we would be?
I'm done.
We told her where we would be. Sandee, let's not act like for a moment you're going to show up at 4:00 for breakfast.
You tell me that y'all are going.
Every day.
Every day.
I'll be there.
Well,
tomorrow morning.
Well, we might actually change the routine. We talked to Waffle House today. No, listen, you're going to like this better. You're going to like this better. we're going to put an order in for the whole show and pick it up on the way in, and so you'll just have breakfast here when you get here. It'll be even better. Then we can all eat together. See? I'm thinking about you here. And you won't even have to wake up earlier. How about that?
Right? Yeah, so you're ashamed to be with me in public.
Oh, sweet jeez. Well, I mean,
I had to add something.
I don't have too many friends with pink hair, so.
Well, I'm just saying.
But no, it's sparkly plum.
It is sparkly plum.
Is that at the salon? Is that how you market that
No.
color? A sparkly plum?
No.
Marvelous mauve.
Could we dye my hair for charity or something? Maybe.
Absolutely, we can.
What hair?
Okay.
His beard
His beard.
No,
and his eyebrow hairs.
no, yeah, that's
Did
what
you trim your eyebrow hairs?
No.
They're more tame this morning. That's what I've been looking at over here. I'm like, man, they look a whole
I
lot
was
better.
wondering why you were staring at me like a
yeah.
stalker.
Yeah, I
A
was.
little plucky this one.
I'm like waiting for the
Okay.
little antenna to come out, but they haven't come out yet.
Copper
so.
Copper asked if she could have some breakfast. Absolutely, Copper.
Oh,
You said
Copper,
all you have
yes.
to do is wake up at 4:30 and come, run the board for us every day.
We'll definitely have you there.
What'd she say? I could.
Oh, it sounds great.
Waffle House at 4 o'clock in the morning wakes you up because you're there trying to eat your breakfast, but then somebody will come in and it just gets your adrenaline
Well,
going.
you never know when you're going to be robbed or mugged. It's definitely people watching season at
Yes.
Waffle House at 4
Yes,
in the
it
morning.
is.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
It is a potpourri of people.
A potpourri.
A potpourri.
All right, let's go to a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Eddie Van Halen. There's a really funny story about Beat It. Michael Jackson, he played that guitar riff as a young guitar player, and the story behind that's really, really interesting. So it's our tribute to Eddie Van Halen all morning long right here on Hometown Heartbeat. This time around, we'll make sure we got some Eddie Van Halen for you. You listen to Hometown Heartbeat. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host, checking in with Boomer, Sandee Lou, producer Connor, and Copper on the ones and twos. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat.
In any home, cabinets are an instrumental part of your design. So, when you open your current cabinets, what instrument do they play? Wouldn't you rather they sounded like this? They can. It just takes one call to us.
Cabinet Express Online, North Alabama's premier cabinet supplier. Whether you want a complete custom kitchen or some of our RTA line, at Cabinet Express Online, you will get the most value out of your hard-earned money every time. Are you looking for framed or frameless? Either way, in no time at all, your dream kitchen can be a reality. And the only place you should trust to bring that dream to life is Cabinet Express Online. Schedule your free design consultation today with Cabinet Express Online. Call 256-289-7355. That's 289-7355. And online at CabinetExpressOnline.com. Design your custom kitchen today with Cabinet Express Online.
Though the world is full of wonders to amaze you as you roam, some of life's greatest treasures are found very close to home.
Find your own treasures at Highway 31 Flea Market. We have it all. Lots of furniture, both painted and project pieces, along with chairs, tables, televisions, books, and so much more. Our prices are unbeatable with products you'll love. Maybe you're looking for a bed frame or maybe some tools. You'll find a great selection right here at Highway 31 Flea Market. We also have all kinds of collectibles and antiques. Want even more deals? You can jump on board with our week-long online auctions, beginning every Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's simple. You can join the auction at fleamarket.highbid.com. That's fleamarket.hibid.com. And be sure to visit us Monday through Saturday from 9 till 5 at Highway 31 Flea Market on Highway 31 South in Athens. What will you find when you shop Highway 31 Flea Market?
This is Mike 4 years ago. This is Mike having the same conversation with Debbie just last month. And today, he's at it again.
What's that, Mike?
I said our house is still underwater.
How do you know? Have you had it appraised lately?
Oh, well, no.
Has the coronavirus made your life less financially stable? Are you worried about your next mortgage payment? Reed's Family REI is a family-based real estate investing company ready to buy your house for cash in any area or condition and close in 2 weeks. You don't have to fix it up. There's no agent fees, and we handle the closing costs. Selling a home can be very stressful, and Wyatt Reed and his team at Reed's Family REI will put together the best possible offer for your specific needs. Sell your home fast with Reed's Family REI. 931-292-2875. That's 931-292-2875. And online at reedsfamilyrei.org. Reed's Family REI. Creative real estate experts for all your buying or selling needs.
Stay informed and entertained all day long. Only on WVNN.
Welcome back to Hometown Heartbeat. It is the Eddie Van Halen Memorial Edition. We're remembering the greatest guitar player to ever do it. That may be a controversial statement because there's quite a few of them out there, but Mr. Van Halen, I believe, was indeed one of the best. You will hear Mr. Van Halen all morning long right here on your favorite show, the smartest, the best talk show on the radio, Hometown Heartbeat, with Boomer the Beard, Sandee, producer Connor, and Copper at Master Controls. Man, Cancer sucks. He looks so good too. Like you hear some, like you look at some of these old rock stars and you're like, whoa, oh, wrong button. There it is.
Ridden hard and put up wet.
Yeah, ride it hard, hang it up wet. But he looked so freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
They kept it close to the chest. They didn't tell anybody, and then Cancer got him.
Yeah, and I like the fact that the last time that we saw him, he looked. I really hate when you see like Cancer pictures,
yes.
and even though you need to kind of see that or know that, but yeah, I mean he's the glue of that band. So I mean, there's no. They tried to bring in David Lee Roth back. He was falling apart and all this stuff, but I don't think there's any way there's a Van Halen that still exists after that.
Oh yeah,
no way.
Well, so the story about the Michael Jackson thing is pretty cool. So you tell that story.
No, yeah. So 1982. Oh, here I go. Gosh, dang it.
No, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I can only give 80% of the story. So 1982, Michael Jackson, hadn't even started.
Sorry, go ahead. I'll let you continue.
The big album, the Thriller album, hadn't even really existed. But Eddie Van Halen hears of this young, black kid, Michael Jackson, that's playing, and asked him if he would play a really killer guitar riff solo in his song "Beat It." Eddie Van Halen says, "Sure." Goes in, records it, but then it doesn't match the song. And he's doing this free, by the way, because Van Halen had made an agreement if they were to do anything, nothing comes outside of the band. And they were all gone. So he just thought, well, I'll just do it for free. It's only going to take 20, 30 minutes of my time. I'll go in and do it. But he literally rewrote Beat It because it didn't fit his guitar solo.
Oh, that's so funny.
And imagine, Michael Jackson I guess he would technically had made it big because Jackson 5 and all that stuff. He was known. He wasn't.
Right.
But Barry Gordy and the guys from Motown wanted Eddie to come in, and he literally rewrote the song, and Michael Jackson approved. And it's, the most guitar shredding song of, as far as that part. And it's got that really great knife fight scene.
Oh, yeah. Good music video, too. Let me tell you. But no, just think about that. Being a young kid, Eddie Van Halen, obviously you can play, but Michael Jackson, the king of pop, gives you the riff to play, and you're like, how about this one?
Yeah.
Well, then you got Barry Gordy of Motown Records, who's run so many albums, produced so many albums, been a part of it. You have Quincy. I think Quincy Jones, was the one that did that. So you got all these massive producers, and it's more urban, it's more R&B, and then a rocker comes in and goes, "No, I think you need to do it this way."
Right. Yes.
Was awesome.
And the fact that they were open enough to listen and say, "Okay, why not?"
Right.
Well, I mean, did you just hear that? How could you do any?
Know.
I mean, when you hear that, you're like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love watching the process of these musicians. Like there's a song. It's called like Songland. I think there's a show called Songland. It's got like Adam. Oh goodness. He's one of the guys with I know his dad. Good gracious. What's Tedder? Ryan Tedder. It's got there's just these four and then they have a guest. Like there's 3 music producers and then there's a guest like an artist. So they had Usher. They had oh goodness, they had a Florida Georgia Line. I mean, they had a bunch of big guys on there, and then these regular people like us that they write a song. Some of them can sing, some of them can't, but they bring their song to the table. They perform it. The artist picks a couple of the songs that they want to work through, and then they go through the process of like doing this song, and then the winning song, they actually cut the record. So
nice.
Luis Fonsi was on there, Despacito guy. I mean, and so it's incredible. Like, musicians are a different breed. Like, I consider myself musically inclined. I can play a couple of instruments. Like, I sing a little bit. Like, I consider myself musically inclined, but hardly a musician. Like, those people that are true musicians, it's one of the most unbelievable creative processes you'll ever see. Mm-hmm. Like, the way their brains work, it's just not normal, and it's so unbelievable. Like, I love the documentaries, the Muscle Shoals documentary, one of the best documentaries I've ever seen in my entire life. Because you got these white dudes, the swampers in Muscle Shoals out here. You've got all this racial everything going on, and in this one spot in Alabama, you got black, white, yellow, green, blue across the pond. I mean, the Rolling Stones came to Muscle Shoals, to play with the swampers.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't matter who it was, R&B, it didn't matter who, they came here, and watching that, good gracious, the Allman Brothers. So did you know that the Allman, how did I forget the guitar player, the lead guitar player of the Allman Brothers, one of the Allman Brothers, what's his first name?
Greg Allman?
It's the other one. See? I
know, yeah.
Brain fart. So anyways, that Allman he camped out in the parking lot to play at Muscle Shoals. He camped out. Finally, they let him in on a track. He absolutely slayed it. Then he was messing around and broke his arm. Okay, so he couldn't play guitar. And he just sat around and moped.
Dwayne.
Yeah, there it is. And so he just moped and sad and all this. And at the time, the pain medicine came in little glass bottles. And so he finally, after a couple weeks, got fed up, poured the bottle out. That's where a slide came from. He took that glass bottle, put it on his finger, because he couldn't, his arm didn't work the way.
Wow.
That's where you got he pioneered that with a freaking pain bottle, pain medicine bottle. It's just it's that. Oh, I wonder what this will sound like, and then it's magic. Like, and when you hear it, I mean, we've all heard. I mean, we don't get to hear it, unfortunately, until it hits the radio or hits Spotify or whatever. But a lot of times you're like, I get where, like. It's just, I don't know. I love music. I love music a ton, but the process of making music is something that I've always been really intrigued with. Unfortunately, it's just not a skill set that God gave me.
So I have another little tidbit of interesting news. I've actually recorded like 5 songs in that studio.
Oh, in Fame, in Muscle Shoals?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And let me tell
you.
You
got the competitive. You got Muscle Shoals Sound and you got Fame. So there's the 2 different ones.
Yeah.
But Fame is the one.
So being
close.
I think the Swampers would disagree with you.
Oh yeah, for the Swampers, but there's a lot of other stuff that happened at the Jackson Highway location there.
Being there and just knowing all of the legends that had been there prior.
Aretha, I mean, everybody was there.
Singing in that microphone. Oh my goodness. One song that I did, they turned all the lights down and there was just the spotlight right there on the main mic where I was. And it was very emotional. It was so incredible. And filling the walls of where they've signed names and etched their names. It was just.
I need to invite, there's a guy, Noel Webster, that actually owns the Muscle Shoals Sound Studios now. And he cut the Black Keys album that was out there. That was recently one of the recent ones that was cut out there. We need to I'll just invite him to have him come and just talk.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you're unfamiliar with what went down out there at the Fame Recording Studios, there's an incredible documentary on Netflix or somewhere called Muscle Shoals, and it is, if you like music, if you like history, but definitely if you like music, it'll blow your mind, because it's like, God, I mean. Every race, creed, color. Yeah. I mean, it did, and the funny part was it's so timely right now. It would be a great documentary. In fact, I might go rewatch it, because the racial activity in Alabama at the time was such that we were very much segregated. Look, Alabama, if we're going to be honest about this, like, our record on human rights Not so hot.
Not
okay,
good.
not so hot. We pretty well led the charge to keep schools segregated, to keep blacks separate from whites. I mean, we were very, very key in wanting to keep those seeing black people as less than, right? And so they would get done, and in the studio, dude, literally, the Swampers are a bunch of white studio musicians. They don't have any soul.
With your beard.
Yeah, they don't have soul. They don't have, I mean, literally, it's just a bunch of studio musicians that are a bunch of music nerds that just love to play. But the sound, and everybody talks about that Swamper sound. That's what they came for. And they would cut albums all day long, and then night would happen, and they would go out, they would want to go out. And they said at times, like, we would literally walk up to a place not even thinking that we had mixed company. He was like, so, I mean, he was like, it was such an ecosystem of love and creativity, and just nobody cared. Yeah. They didn't care that we were some, redneck white boys that could play the guitar, and we didn't care that, they were from England or they were black or they were whoever. And it was just, music is just such a, I don't know. I think it could be a very healing thing.
Absolutely.
Like it's so, and it is emotional. That's why, hey, church, that's why you need to stop trying to capitalize on the emotion of your music. Just so you know, Come Now While We Stand and Sing is probably not the right thing to do. But that's another story for another day. Yeah, Jesus said, maybe it should be more like, if you want to be hated like Jesus was hated, you should come now. If you want to be persecuted, you should come now. Anyway, we'll talk about that at a later date. You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host, here with Boomer, Sandee Lou Who, Connor, producer Connor, and Copper over on Master Control. It is our Eddie Van Halen edition of Hometown Heartbeat. We will be right back.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat. This is News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. News starts now.
24 people connected to the White House have now contracted COVID-19. The coronavirus sure to be a topic of the vice presidential debate tonight. Here's ABC's Kenneth Moten.
Stephen Miller, a senior aide to President Trump, has become the 24th person connected to the White House to test positive for COVID-19. His wife, Katie Miller, Vice President Mike Pence's communications director, has now left Salt Lake City, where the stage is set for tonight's vice presidential debate. The plexiglass between the two candidates now installed. Senator Kamala Harris requested the protection due to coronavirus concerns. The Pence campaign, after signaling it was against the plexiglass, now says if such a barrier is critical for the Harris team, then we're not going to let it stand in the way.
President Trump calling an abrupt end to negotiations with Democrats over additional pandemic relief as Fed Chair Jerome Powell talks about deteriorating conditions within the U.S. economy. Category 3 Hurricane Delta barreling toward landfall just south of Cancun. It's expected to hit Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula with winds near 115 miles an hour. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
If your computer stopped working, your business will grind to a standstill. This is Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host. For my friends over at Simple Helix, the cost of a full-time IT department is really just unreasonable. Call Simple Helix today at 256-975-4758. They never take a vacation and cost far less than a full-time employee or staff. This new normal we live in has us working from home and remoting in all the time, so 24-hour support is more important than ever. Reliable and safe access for you and your employees doesn't get more simple than Simple Helix. 256-975-4758. That's 975-4758. Tell them the beard sent you.
Karen's a quilter.
Karen's Quality Quilts. Quality custom quilts quickly.
How's the quilting business, Karen?
Kind of quiet. My quest to quadruple my quilting sales has created a quagmire.
Can I be candid, Karen?
Okay.
You need a website that can encompass the quality of your quilts.
I know quilts, but I know no computers. They're confusing.
But there are people who know coding like you know quilting.
Who's that?
I'm glad you asked. Web Underdog creates websites that don't just catch the eye, they catch customers. And they're as user-friendly for you as they are for your clients. We build high-quality, clean, well-coded, custom designs for organizations of all sizes that are affordable, professional, and specially made for your brand and visitors. Outside of responsive web design, Web Underdog also offers search engine optimization, website management, and so much more. Give your business the professional touch and contact Web Underdog for a free web design quote. Call 256-998-0667. That's 998-0667 and online at webunderdog.com. Web Underdog, your local web design and SEO agency.
Where Alabama talks, WVNN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Hometown Heartbeat. It is our Eddie Van Halen edition. You're going to listen to the greatest shredder to ever do it every single time we come back from a break. Man, cancer sucks. Play it, Eddie, play it. Greatest solo of all time?
100%. Yeah,
here it is. Yeah. Yes, no, 100%. Just listen to it. Oh man. Woo, all the way up and down.
Whew. Amazing.
It's like, Little Richard played the piano and Tickle All Them Ivories. This man played the entire fretboard. Like I'm talking about, just do it.
I'm not a guitar player. I would love to. But I would say if you're a guitar player, this is the one thing you've always tried to do.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so Stairway to Heaven's probably first because it's a little easier. You got to knock Stairway to Heaven out if you play the guitar, which I've never knocked out, by the way, because I'm not that good. But then it's this and Freebird. The Freebird solo is one of the best of all time as well. But as if you're just joining us, Eddie Van Halen passed away yesterday of cancer. They kept it very close to the chest as a family, which I really enjoyed that. It stuck up on everybody, right? But still, it was like there was no. I don't know. They didn't allow it to be social medialized or whatever. Right. They didn't allow it to do all that. So it sucks. He looks so good too. Like most of those old rock stars, you can tell they're old rock stars.
Right. One thing that touched me with that is Valerie Bertinelli, who famous actress that they were married, and I've kind of watched them. I've got stepkids, that whole situation, and to see that you never heard any trash from them, and even like her last Twitter post was like, I guess they were with him, Wolfgang and her were with him when he died, and it was just to be able to see a ex-wife still have the respect of a father of her son,
absolutely,
and to send that that touched me more than anything, because I was like, wow, that is just a powerful testimony of just someone that, hey, things didn't work out with us, we never trashed each other, we never did anything, and then we end the way it should have ended,
Well, I just saw. Speaking of, because we're a blended family too. Not me and my wife, but my parents divorced, and so I've got a stepdad that is. I carry his last name, not my biological dad's last name, and so that whole dynamic, man. That's why God did not want divorce.
Right.
There's no, and for those of you out there saying, unless there's one stipulation where he said it was okay. Like, okay, he said it's okay if your heart's hard and there's no chance at reconciliation, but reconciliation's always the way if it's possible. It's not always possible, but man, divorce is it's tough. It's tough on everybody, and it creates. So it is like you said, it's really unique to be able to watch a family go through with both sets of parents. It's funny. Most people had no idea I was. No one knew that I had two, because I just had a dad.
Right.
I had two dads, but they were both dad, and so and for a period, and then my father and I didn't. There was a period of rough, it was rough, sure. and God's reconciled all of that. But when I was, I don't know, probably 9, maybe, we were at the beach, and I wanted to get on the the big swing thing where they like strap you in, pull the. And I asked both of them to do it with me. So I was literally sandwiched between my dad and my stepdad. And my mom's standing down there watching us swing. And it's one of my favorite stories. And it's one of my stepdad and my dad's favorite stories. Because to me, like my dad is the most thankful guy in the world for my stepdad.
That's awesome.
Like my dad, he'll tell him to it. He's told him to his face. He tells me all the time, like, son, the best thing that happened to you and to me was your dad. He was like, because I wasn't. My dad made some bad decisions, and he knows that. God has absolutely redeemed his story in his life, and he is a. You guys that listen to the show, you've heard my dad talk about. Last year he fell 28 foot out of a tree stand, and I got a phone call. Hey son, I'm on the ground. I fell a long way. I can't move. I'm not going to die, I don't think, but I need you to get help. And so It was really, I don't know, it was a weird experience, like, because you're like, I just got my relationship back with this guy, like we're still doing things that my son and I are doing, and he's 4. Like me and my dad didn't get these experiences. We didn't get to hunt together. We didn't get to fish together. We didn't get to do those things because my dad made decisions, and the result of those decisions was, and so it's just, I love that point. It's so neat to watch, again, God doesn't want divorce ever, but when it happens, there's a way to do it, you know? And so it's the hardest part of that is the forgiveness side, right? Because there's a grieved party and a grieving party, if you will. And so, you know, and forgiveness is hard for a lot of people. It's hard for me. I'm really good at forgiving. I'm terrible at forgetting. And that's equally as bad.
Absolutely.
Equally as bad. But I'm really good at forgiving, but I'm not going to forget.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I hold on to that I shouldn't, and I've had to really, really just sort of set myself down and say, okay, is it really affecting what I'm doing today? You know, and I have to let it go. I mean, you have, for the betterment of your health, you have to let it go. But it's a hard thing to do. It's a very hard thing to do.
So you were telling us about something going on in your household, Sandee.
Yes. Okay. So I have a 5-year-old little boy. It's very interesting. This is my second marriage. And speaking of divorce, we don't, you know. But this is my second marriage, and my husband never had an opportunity to have children with his first wife. So we went through in vitro, did that whole 9 yards, and Riker is our rainbow baby. And
you say what? Riker?
Riker.
Like Riker Island?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But for the Star Trek fans out there, they know it's number 1. So,
there are no Star Trek fans that listen to the show.
Oh, I bet you there are. I bet you that there are.
Sorry, I don't mean to. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay, so anyway, right before 2, Riker was diagnosed with epilepsy. And this was his second seizure. The first one he had was right before Christmas, and it was a staring seizure. And then about 2 weeks later to the day, he had a grand mal seizure. And when he had that grand mal seizure, he was laying in the bed with me. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning. And that's the worst thing that you could ever experience, is having your child have a seizure right in front of you and you not know what to do. So from then on, I was like, oh, nope, done. He's sleeping in the bed with us, because I don't want to have to depend on an electronic device to hear if my child is, you know, seizing out in his room or whatever. So we've had him in the bed with us for the past 4 years now. And it has been very difficult, because
I can imagine.
Yeah.
For lots of reasons.
Yes, exactly. But we will not expand on that.
No. It's just, look, it's important as a married couple to spend time together.
Absolutely. Yes.
Kind of tough to spend time together when you got a little 5-year-old.
We have to be very.
Yeah, got it. Understood.
Yeah, okay.
Understood. Co-sleeping sucks. Got it.
Yes. Well, now
Connor's red in the face, by the way.
Right, exactly. So now, for about the past month and a half, he's been sleeping in his own bed.
Okay, come on, Riker.
And I know I'm very proud of him. Well, when we went to Florida, when we went to the beach, I thought, oh my gosh, it's going to go out the window. But he did so good. He had his own little bed there, slept in it. I put him down to bed, went back downstairs, watched TV. He did so good. Last night, he comes up and he's like, Mommy.
Uh-oh.
Will you sleep upstairs? And I said, no, baby. I said, Mommy's already talked to you. I'm going to sleep downstairs, and I'm going to sleep in my bed. You know where Mommy is if you get up in the middle of the night, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh. Like, it broke my heart, because his little lips were all pouty out and everything. He goes, okay, I'll see you in the morning after the radio. And I'm like, I want to just cuddle him up and be like, okay. So, you know, I mean, it's a struggle. Yeah. It is a big struggle.
No, it is. And that's the hard part. Like, I'm a big, you know, I act big and tough. I'm a big softy, and I've got a 4-year-old. And so I'm the guy that's like, hey, not sleeping in our bed, not sleeping in, and I'm the first one that'll go grab him out of his bed when he has, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then the next day I'll look at my wife and be like, we're not doing that again. Yeah. And she's like, I didn't do it. Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
Okay.
So it's, you know, being a parent is one of the coolest, you know, and it's one of the things I like about the radio shows I listen to is like I've got to live life with those guys and listening to it. And so that's one thing I love about what we get to do is you're not the only one experiencing that.
Right.
And there's somebody driving to work right now saying, man, you know what? We're dealing with that too. Seizures are hard.
Yeah.
Like, seizures are there's nothing you can do.
Right.
Like, they're scary as all get out. You have no idea what's going on, and there's literally nothing you can do to stop it. I had one as a result of a trauma. It was slip and slide. Like, to this day, we will not. Don't. I'm out. I'm all the way out on all slip and slides because I don't know. I was young and probably 8 or 9, and it was a big Braves fan, right? At the time, baseball guy, played baseball my whole life, loved the game, wanted to slide. I wanted to do a baseball slide. Well, you don't go feet first on a slip and slide. Why? Because you'll step on it and your feet will slip out from under you. And so I did, and they slipped, and I ended up, obviously I don't remember any of this, but I knocked myself out completely cold and then started seizing. And so I got to the hospital, and I had rocks in my, I remember waking up with gravel from the driveway in my mouth because that's where I was seizing, and I was I guess
goodness,
it was rough, and so it's we don't deal with it. We deal with night terrors, which is not there's no medically not as, but equally as scary because you can't do anything for that either. The best they tell you, just let him do it. I'm like, let him what? No, he's terrified. I'm gonna wake him up, let him know he's okay, and they're like, it's the worst thing you can do. And so it's unknown, and it's so hard to deal with something there's no answer for.
Right.
I'm a logic guy. I want to know what's the answer. How do I fix this? How do I fix what's happening?
That's exactly what my husband's going through right now. He's like, how do I fix this? I want to be able to fix this because he does it. He fixes things, and there's nothing that you can do to fix this. Now Riker's been on medication, and it's been able to maintain it, and he's on the lower dose of the medication. But my goodness, that fear is always in the back of your mind. Whenever he's sleeping and you see him twitch, you're like, okay, was that a mini seizure? It's terrifying. It is terrifying. But he's doing really good. I don't want anybody to think that he's not doing good right now.
Sure.
He's doing absolutely fantastic and sleeping in his own bed.
Hey, well, attaboy, Riker. Attaboy, buddy. Let's go to a break. When we come back, there's so much to talk about, but there's Joe Rogan being canceled is probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. There's a video that's come out. We're going to hang tight. You're going to want to hear this. You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat.
You go as hard as you can. And then a little harder.
And then it was like I stepped funny, And I could barely walk on it.
Okay, let's take a look.
At Lang Chiropractic, we'll help your sports performance and your overall health by improving your range of motion, flexibility, relieving inflammation, and so much more. Focusing to improve your health and wellness in all areas of your life. Whether you're having trouble with back pain, neck pain, or just want to start feeling better when you wake up in the morning, Dr. David Lang is focused on a whole person approach, finding those underlying causes and creating a personalized plan for your individual needs. Schedule your visit by calling 256-444-1600. That's 444-1600 at Lang Chiropractic on Highway 72 East in Athens in the Publix Shopping Center. Visit us online at langchiropracticcenter.com. Lang Chiropractic, we've got your back. Come see us today.
You don't need a diet. That's work. You don't need a stylist. They're overrated. And you don't need to hang out with older or fatter people just to seem better in comparison either. All you need are these masters of video production. They'll make you look good.
Make your videos look good with Cotton Row Productions, the official live stream provider of Hometown Heartbeat and The Dale Jackson Show. We can handle events, church live streams, and your digital advertising. Call Cotton Row Productions today, 256-289-7355. That's 289-7355.
What's better than pizza? That's right, nothing. Well, maybe except for the many ways you can eat it. I like thinner crust. Oh, and with a side of ranch.
I'll take mine with a pretty crazy assortment of toppings. Thousands. With a side of wings. Hot ones.
Pizza. It's a beautiful thing and found all over the world. But for your slice of the pie here locally, you want to try Donato's Pizza in Madison. Enjoy our famous pizzas loaded with edge-to-edge toppings, 100 slices of pepperoni, the family recipe sausage, fresh hand-cut veggies, and premium cheeses like our aged smoked provolone. You'll notice the Donato's difference. But why stop there? We also offer subs, calzones, wings, and desserts. Don't keep eating those same old leftovers. Make tonight a Donato's night with Donato's Pizza on on Madison Boulevard in Madison. Call 256-772-6789. That's 772-6789. And online at Donatos.com. Donatos Pizza, where every piece is important.
Where's your haircut gone? We know you don't get out as much. You don't drive by your regular sport clips and pop in for that MVP haircut experience that is so much more than a haircut. But isn't it worth getting out for? For that legendary hot steam towel for your face, massaging shampoo that makes you melt into your seat. Oh man, you remember that, right? We found your haircut. It's right where you left it. Sport clips. It's good to be a guy.
It's your news now. WVNN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Hometown Heartbeat. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host. We are paying homage to the greatest shredder to ever do it, one Eddie Van Halen, all morning long, right here on your favorite, the best, the smartest show in morning radio, Hometown Heartbeat. With me, your big, beautiful, bearded host. We've got Boomer, we've got Sandee Lou, we've got producer Connor, and we've got Copper at Master Controls today. So I tell you what, we're testing out some new stuff where we can kind of play some music like we want to play it. So
we're evolving.
Yes, we're evolving. So give us a call at 866-494-9866. What is your favorite Eddie Van Halen song? What is, I don't know, maybe you saw him in concert. I unfortunately was born in 87, a little young to see Van Halen in concert. I've often tell people I was born at the wrong time because I'm definitely an old soul when it comes to music. And listen, hey kids. There's very little real music out there nowadays. Like I'm talking about dudes that could just sit down and just play.
Preach it, brother.
So it's a better time for music now. I think we're turning. I think we are turning. I think there's a movement now in music for this like there. A lot of these people are going back. Blackberry Smoke. Like there's a bunch of people that are kind of going back. And I realize it's genre. Like I have a specific genre I enjoy, so I get that. I'm not indicting all music, but most of what you hear on a top 40 station is made on a computer. So, I mean,
exactly.
it's just a different – and I'm not saying there's not skill and talent in that, but I have a really difficult time calling it music.
Right.
Well, back then they were in control of their music. The music industry picked up, and the industry became more in control. And now I think it's going back to we're in control of our own stuff.
Well, it's like Chance the Rapper, and I don't know anything about rap music, but he has refused to like sign with a label, and he's done his own thing, and like he's kind of pioneering this whole like I'll own my masters, I'll own my music, I'll own it all, and streaming is, here's the thing, now you don't sell records. Streaming music, like streaming royalties are nothing, so they have to go on tour to make money.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, back in the day, if you sold, if you had a platinum record, you did really well.
Oh yeah.
Because there were that many physical copies sold, and it and so it's not like they just heard one song off a playlist on Spotify and you got your 30-cent royalty or whatever, and so. But anyways, we are remembering Eddie Van Halen this morning as he passed away yesterday of cancer. So give us a call 866-494-9866. So let's talk about. Okay. So Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is being canceled by the woke employees of Spotify.
Oh my!
Because he's transphobic, which is the furthest thing from the truth. If you've ever listened to his podcast at all, it's not. He's probably one of the more. He's not left. I mean, he's a centrist probably, but he's more on the moral side of things. Like he definitely finds himself liberally out there, I guess. And so it's hilarious because they invested $100 million in this podcast for what it was, not for what these employees wanted it to be. And they've taken a pretty hard line on it. Now Joe Rogan's come out and apologized about certain things, and certain episodes didn't come with him. So they're not, but they paid him $100 million. Million.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Hey, hey, Spotify. Hey, we'll take 50. Just in case you were curious, and I'll talk about whatever you want me to talk about.
Absolutely.
You can tell me what you want to call it. You can put me in, in a 2-2 for $50 million. You can have it. In case you're looking, just all my Spotify people that are out there. But there's this video that just came out, and it's freaking hilarious. JP Sears, the comedian, and Brent Pella, the comedian, are acting as woke Spotify employees. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Within a minute, you get some real winners. And I didn't listen past 2 minutes, so I didn't proof it for cursing and things. Gonna be fun. No, so we're only going to listen to it to where I stopped, okay. Because we're not going to just take a gamble. But here it is.
As Spotify employees, we're demanding the executives allow us to edit and censor Joe Rogan's podcast.
Or we are walking out.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night. All day.
No! Stop!
He's spreading hate and must be stopped. He's transphobic. He always talks about how he likes trans people, which means he doesn't love trans people, which means he hates trans people.
Hateful Joe Rogan has built a massive audience because people enjoy and respect what he and his guests have to say. But who knows better than his audience what they want to hear? We do.
Instead of hearing what Joe has to say, his audience would rather hear what we want him to be able to say.
His audience just isn't intelligent enough to know what they want to hear. But luckily here in the SJW wing, we can think for them because we're highly intelligent people.
Well, kind of. I identify as a cat. But the executives at Spotify won't cater to our demands. It's almost like they value a $100 million asset more than a $49,000 asset.
These high-level business executives just don't know how to do business. I mean, do a lot of people listen to Joe Rogan's podcast?
Yes.
But would even more people listen to a heavily censored version of that same podcast?
Also yes.
Me.
Our demands are that Joe Rogan cannot be broadcast talking about the following: trans issues, because he's transphobic.
Women, because he's a man, which means he's not a woman, which means he's misogynistic.
Gay people, because he doesn't want to have sex with men, which makes him homophobic.
Racial issues, because he's always having his black friends on his show and giving them massive publicity and help for their careers, which he only does because he's white and he feels guilty about being white, as he should, because he's a racist.
MMA, because it's a sport, and sports are insensitive to paraplegics that can't play sports.
Help me, because I'm a vegan.
DMT, because it's a drug, and I only take Adderall.
Ideas, because they're people who can't think.
Comedy.
Oh, man. Okay, so this is probably one of the more accurate videos I've ever watched in my entire life.
Are you transphobic? Because I'm okay. If they want to be what they want to be, that's cool. But when it gets to the point where, like, you're the 300-pound dude that now you're a woman and now you're a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
You lose me on that one.
Yeah.
I'm like, you still can't let the guy beat up on the girls.
I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say the best truths are in comedy oftentimes. Yep. What was that? You stopped it. He said, what?
No.
78% yes. And so I'm
gonna give Connor like a dog shock leg thing.
I've got one in here. Duke's collar's in here.
I was about to say I've got one at the house I can bring tomorrow.
Oh no, I've got.
That's gonna be the whole show. It won't be 100% to be just going. Oh yeah.
When I hear him go, yes, no, oh, yes, no, oh, golly, oh. Oh man.
Then I'll start cussing, and then I have to keep myself from cussing.
Man, I love this show so much.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I just want to be very honest about something right now. The show is officially complete. Like this is exactly Scott Harbour with Sport Clips. He texted me the other day, and they're one of our new partners, and we're super excited to do some things with them moving forward. We've got some ideas in the works for. I think we talked about a virtual scavenger hunt. We talked about some things on the show a little bit, but Scott texted me yesterday and was like, "Man, the show's really starting to come together." What he meant to say was, y'all were just missing Clay. And he's not wrong.
I just love the fact that the first hour has gone by, and I won't say it because it's like Beetlejuice, but we've not mentioned anything about a virus.
Right?
And
exactly.
You talking about the Chinese virus?
And we've not said anything political.
I know. I love
We're going to change that, though.
No.
We're not going to make it 2 hours without talking about some of this stupidity that's out here.
That was fun.
It's a blast. And so, I mean, but the thing about this video that's hilarious is like, everybody's laughing. We all sat here and laughed. That's how stupid you sound. Hey, a lot of you out there, you woke idiots, that's how dumb you sound. Well, he hates women. Why? Because he's a man, and therefore he's a misogynist. Well, he hates black people because he has black people on his show. But the only reason he has black people on his show is because he's white, and he's guilty for being white, which he should be. Like, that's literally the level of the logic that goes into a lot of this is pretty spot on here. I mean, they would think. They would have more, they would want to do more with a $100 million investment than a $49,000. Yeah. They wrote $100 million check.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? They'll fire you. They will fire. They should have already fired you.
Yeah.
But it's just the level of stupidity in some of this stuff is unbelievable. Like, again, I want to be very clear. God's standard on marriage, God's standard on gender, what's your DNA, your physical makeup is who you are. That's who God made you, and that's what you are. He didn't make a mistake, okay? And so I'm 100% set in that belief. Now, that being said, it's no different than anything else in life where people are confused, where people need help, people or whatever. Like, there's a sensitivity to it. Like, I completely understand it. I've got no issues with it. I love you. God made you. You are his. And so I can go there with you. But this is spot on. Yeah. That's one of the funniest videos I've seen in a long time. Give us a call, 866-494-9866, 866-494-WVNN. We'll be right back.
WVNN Athens, WVNN FM Trinity, a Cumulus station. It's 6 o'clock. News starts now.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President Trump has abruptly pulled out of talks with Democrats over another pandemic relief bill. The move coming hours before the vice presidential debate and as 24 people associated with the White House are infected with the coronavirus, including top aide Stephen Miller.
COVID-19 also breaching the Pentagon. All but one of the Joint Chiefs of Staff are now working from home after the Vice Commandant of the Coast Guard tested positive. ABC's Martha Raddatz calling it unprecedented.
Even after 9/11, when the building was hit by an airliner, they worked out of the Pentagon. It is humiliating to have our nation's highest military officials all confined to their homes, and you can bet our adversaries are getting a good laugh out of it.
The Pentagon insists there is no change to the operational readiness or mission capability of the U.S. Armed Forces.
ABC's Kenneth Moton. Kamala Harris's campaign asking for plexiglass to be installed between her and Vice President Pence at their debate in Salt Lake City tonight. ABC's Irene Shaw is there.
Harris tested negative for COVID-19. Pence tested negative again for it. His doctor says he does not need to quarantine despite the outbreak at the White House because he hasn't recently come under close contact with anyone who has tested positive, including the president.
The Trump administration's immigration policies once again in the spotlight.
Some former top members of the Department of Justice are accused of being a driving force behind the policy that separated families at the border. The New York Times published a preliminary report from an inspector general who investigated the administration's policy. The report says during a phone call back in May 2018, then Attorney General Jeff Sessions told federal prosecutors that, quote, we need to take away children. And he added, if immigrants care about kids, don't bring them in. We won't give amnesty to people with kids.
ABC's Andrew Dimbert. Hurricane Delta about to make landfall south of Cancun. Then it's up to the U.S. Gulf Coast for another round of flooding, storm surge, and high winds. You're listening to ABC News.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I've been taking vitamins off and on my whole adult life, and I've never seen any change. Not like this, not since I've been on Balance of Nature. I used to take prescription medication for muscle aches and stuff. I don't take that anymore. I wish I would have started it back when I first heard about it on the radio. And if I can give Balance of Nature any advice, keep it out on the radio, because I still hear these commercials from time to time, and I'm thinking, you people need to listen up. I mean, I'm over 50, and, your body starts wearing down. But Balance of Nature has literally changed my life. It really has.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code FRUITS.
No two of us are exactly alike. That's why you need a financial advisor with the freedom to focus on the details that make your life your own. Your family, the challenges you face, the dreams that inspire you. Whatever your goals, you need an advisor that can create a plan uniquely tailored to you. That's life well planned. To learn more, call Raymond James Financial Advisor Dustin Haraway, 256-705-0300. Located in downtown Huntsville. Raymond James Financial Services, Inc. Member FIRNA SIPC.
Thank you all for your support. This has been a great example of how we can come together. And to show our thanks, we provided these commemorative t-shirts for everyone.
Everyone? What? I only ordered enough for staff.
Are you kidding me?
How's it look?
Houston, we have a problem. Aardvark Tees is the source for the t-shirts that you really want, specializing in local custom printing for businesses, civic groups, clubs, and churches, providing the right t-shirts and the right graphics in all sizes from youth to 5XL. Brand your group in style with t-shirts from Aardvark Tees. We also do custom printing for youth groups, school clubs, corporate team building, and more. T-shirts are even great for family reunions. For high-quality prints and a variety of styles, call or message Aardvark Tees for your printing needs today. Call 256-732-4743. That's 732-4743. Or visit them online at aardvarktees.com. Aardvark Tees, the t-shirts you want for all your needs.
This is Mike 4 years ago. This is Mike having the same conversation with Debbie just last month. And today, he's at it again.
What's that, Mike?
I said our house is still underwater.
How do you know? Have you had it appraised lately?
Well, no.
Has the coronavirus made your life less financially stable? Are you worried about your next mortgage payment? Reed's Family REI is a family-based real estate investing company ready to buy your house for cash in any area or condition and close in 2 weeks. You don't have to fix it up. There's no agent fees, and we handle the closing costs. Selling a home can be very stressful, and Wyatt Reed and his team at Reed's Family REI will put together the best possible offer for your specific needs. Sell your home fast with Reed's Family REI. 931-292-2875. That's 931-292-2875. And online at reedsfamilyrei.org. Reed's Family REI. Creative real estate experts for all your buying or selling needs.
The talk station in Alabama, WVNN. Depend on it.
Dedicate one to the ladies. Sometimes sit back, need something to keep you cool.
Welcome back to Hometown Heartbeat. You're listening to our Van Halen edition of the best, the smartest, the greatest show in morning radio with myself, Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host. We got Boomer, we got Sandee, producer Connor, and Copper this morning at Master Control. For all the fat boys out there, here's the ice cream man from your favorite Mr. Eddie Van Halen. Come on. Hey, hey. Guaranteed to satisfy, just like my pillow. Let me tell you something. We are super excited to be able to bring this to you. 2 for 1 price. You hear me? 2 for 1. That's a twofer. It's what we call a twofer. Our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of their life. The MyPillow was first, and then now we've got the new Giza Dream bed sheets. They are unbelievable. I like I told you guys, my son knows when he's got those on, and he asked me for the sheets Mr. Mikey sent him. So you will not be disappointed if you buy these sheets. Plus, you buy one, get one. It's a twofer. Like we said, go to MyPillow.com. Radio specials. Again, that's MyPillow.com. Radio specials. Use code BEARD at checkout. That's right. Use the code BEARD at checkout. MyPillow.com. Radio specials. Get your buy one, get one on the Giza Dream bed sheets. They are unbelievable. They really are. Sandee,
Absolutely,
you love
they
them,
are.
don't you?
Oh my goodness,
Connor, you didn't get sheets yet, did you? Not yet. We got we had a little mix up.
I think every time you do that, Connor needs to sing the MyPillow jingle.
Is there a jingle?
You don't know the jingle? Connor's like,
MyPillow.
I don't like this Boomer guy. He's a jerk.
Well, he's just not used to having old people around.
Oh,
Hey-o!
wow.
Swing, bada, bada.
Oh,
That's what we call 3-2 curveball hit over the fence to win the ball game. Speaking of hit over the fence, I played softball again last night.
Again?
Oh, 3 nights a week.
I mean, this
listen,
is like...
look, okay, listen. Let me break it down for you. I don't wish we played 3 nights a week. I wish I could play 1 night a week all year long because I enjoy the activity. I enjoy getting out.
Sure.
But the way the season works, we play men's and co-ed. So I enjoy co-ed more than I enjoy men's because we've got some really good girls, and it's more fun. I enjoy co-ed softball more than I like men's. Men's gets a little bit, You know, not that co-ed doesn't, but it 3 nights a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 2 games a night. By the way, so
I think I need the MyPillow because I would see mine more.
No, yeah, you would definitely spend more time on it. There's no doubt about that. When I showed up to Waffle House this morning, he goes, "Did you even sleep last night?" I texted him at 9.
I was out.
At 9.
Oh, yeah.
He asked me, I went to bed at 9. He said, "Did you even sleep last night?" Like, I thought that was pretty responsible. But hey,
sorry,
baby boomers.
Paw went to bed at 8.
Paw might be better than Boomer.
Paw.
No, I like Boomer. At least I don't have grandkids yet. If I get grandkids, you can call me Paw.
Speaking of grandkids,
I am so super excited because tomorrow, or what's today, Wednesday? Yes, tomorrow evening.
So excited I forgot the day.
Tomorrow evening, my
baby
child is having her very first baby. It will be grandbaby number 3 for me, and I am elated. I have been with her like throughout this whole process, and her husband are like so excited about this. And of course he's freaking out because he's like, "Oh my gosh, it's like in 2 days. I can't do this. Okay, I've got this. Yes, I can do this. No, I can't do this." Like he's going all over the place. It's hilarious to see him. But my daughter is so beautiful, and that baby is all out there, and she is ready to make her debut into this world. Hopefully with pink hair like her CG.
If she comes out with mauve hair right out of the bat,
I will be like, yes. Yeah.
I would be pumped.
Absolutely.
Not gonna lie to you.
Does it have a name?
Yes. Adelaide Jane. And her nickname is going to be Addie Jane.
Like that.
So my daughter, my son-in-law picked out the first name. My daughter picked out her middle name, which is after my mom. And my mom is such a softie. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so, yeah." It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's I can't wait for that. But my kids are, if Timothy has a baby, he's 14, I'll kill him.
Oh yeah, he needs to go down. Yeah,
I told him, I was like, "Yeah, I didn't have my kids until I was 30, so you got plenty of time."
Yeah, exactly. Well, I already have 2 amazing grandchildren, and so I'm telling you, grandparent life is phenomenal. Like absolutely the best thing ever, because you can feed them all the sugar, give them all the candy, give them all the loud toys, and send them home.
You can ruin children and no blame.
Yes.
See, I do that to my dad. Like I get him all sugared up and then send him over there. So yeah, you got to make it for lost time. All right, we got some crazy stuff out here in the world. Have you guys heard about this Mr. Not Monica, but Donald Lewinsky?
No.
Criminally negligent homicide. Check this out. 65-year-old man has been charged with criminally negligent homicide after he pushed an 80-year-old to the ground. It was a mask dispute gone wrong. So Karen came over here and killed a man over his mask.
Karen.
The man version. What is that? What is the male version of Karen?
I don't think there is a male version. We need to make one up.
Ken, maybe? Oh.
That's a good one.
Ken and Karen?
Hey, that's original.
And Barbie. I didn't say Ken and Karen.
Well, like Karen's original? I mean, come on.
Well, but the reason Karen works is we all know someone named Karen who is just like that.
Bob.
Stereotypes exist for a reason.
I know a lot of people.
Bob.
Yeah, no, you're right. So anyways, this dude, Lewinsky brought out buckets of beer outside. He's outside. He's outside with a bucket of beer, just trying to enjoy the live music.
And gets pushed because he's not wearing a mask.
Because he's not wearing a mask out.
But he's drinking a beer. I mean, what is he supposed to do?
Well, he's not in California where you need to put your mask on in between bites.
That's
you read that? Have you read that?
Yes.
Have we seen that?
I don't even want to.
I've got an honest question. We talked about it a little bit. So, what when liberals hear me talk, they think I'm crazy. Like, Connor looks at me sometimes. He's not a liberal, but he looks at me sometimes. He thinks I'm crazy because, society has created this narrative that conservatives are conspiratorial or all these things. So, liberal people, I know there's a ton of you that probably listen to the show. So, will you pick up the phone and call me right now at 866-494-9866? I want to understand something. When you hear something so stupid, like, hey, folks, put your mask back on in between bites of food. Do you not? You listen to me talk with evidence and say, I'm crazy. You hear me talk about Russia. You hear me talk about Hillary Clinton. You hear me talk about the Flynn scandal. You hear me talk about President Trump. You hear me talk about statistics and factual evidence, and you say, I'm freaking crazy. But your governor says, put your mask on in between bites of food, and you're like, totally normal.
And don't hang out with your family. That was what he said too.
Huh?
Yeah, that's...
Connor, how am I the crazy one?
I wouldn't say you are.
No, you wouldn't. But everyone, I just don't like what. Look, liberals make liberals make a living knowing and making sure that we're stupid. They think we're stupid, right? They treat us like they think we're stupid. So I have to assume they think we're stupid. But don't be that stupid.
For Halloween this year, when kids wear a mask, are they going to have to wear a mask over the mask?
Yes. Their character will have to be masked or their character will be canceled. In fact, you know what? You just gave me an idea. I'm getting my Jason mask and I'm getting my surgical mask and I'm having my surgical mask glued to my Jason mask, and that's what I'm going to be for Halloween. Or, the Scream mask with like the curvy mouth.
Yes.
Get a really long mask or something. Like that is going to be the hit of the year.
That would be
And you'll have
fantastic.
to lay the full bags of candy 6 feet away from your door, unopened.
Yes,
and you'll
untouched.
have to open
Get one of those little like
garbage picker thingies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can pick it up and be like, okay, yeah.
I just and I'm a science denier, by the way, apparently.
You are?
Apparently statistical evidence and science itself is not good enough. Anyways, we're going to I can't even my mind is literally like liberals make my head hurt. I'm sorry. I love you as people. I really do. But you can't call me freaking crazy. You can't do it. You can't call me crazy and then listen to that idiot in California and say, oh, yeah, well, he's a genius. He's smart. He's real smart. He can't even keep your power on. In the developed world, in the biggest state, in the freaking greatest nation, he can't keep your freaking power on. Huh? And I'm crazy. Let's go to a break. When we come back, we've got a couple more stories out here to dive into. We will have more Van Halen. We'll have more of this. Hey, in the meantime, go to thehometownheartbeat.com, thehometownheartbeat.com. Make sure you follow, you like, you listen, you podcast, you YouTube, you Facebook, you Instagram, you Facebox, you Tweetergram. Do it all. We're on every platform. We'd love to see you there. We will be right back.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat.
Though the world is full of wonders to amaze you as you roam, some of life's greatest treasures are found very close to home.
Find your own treasures at Highway 31 Flea Market. We have it all. Lots of furniture, both painted and project pieces, along with chairs, tables, televisions, books, and so much more. Our prices are unbeatable with products you'll love. Maybe you're looking for a bed frame or maybe some tools. You'll find a great selection right here at Highway 31 Flea Market. We also have all kinds of collectibles and antiques. Want even more deals? You can jump on board with our week-long online auctions, beginning every Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's simple. You can join the auction at fleamarket.highbid.com. That's fleamarket.hibid.com. And be sure to visit us Monday through Saturday from 9 till 5 at Highway 31 Flea Market on Highway 31 South in Athens. What will you find when you shop Highway 31 Flea Market?
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, and like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. Pillows would go flat, I would flip-flop all night long, I would wake up with a sore neck, maybe a headache, or feel like I needed a nap even though I slept 8 hours. When I invented MyPillow, I wanted it to where you can move the patented fill to give you the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of sleep position. MyPillow will get you into that deep sleep faster, and you will stay there longer. It's not about how much time we spend in bed. It's about how much of that quality sleep we get. I do all of my own manufacturing right here in the United States. I have a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry MyPillow, and I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. And here's my best offer ever.
Buy one MyPillow, get one MyPillow free. Call 800-889-7318 or go to MyPillow.com. Click on radio specials and use code BEARD at checkout.
What's better than pizza? That's right, nothing. Well, maybe except for the many ways you can eat it.
I like thinner crust. Oh, and with a side of ranch.
I'll take mine with a pretty crazy assortment of toppings. Thousands with a side of wings. Hot ones.
Pizza. It's a beautiful thing and found all over the world. But for your slice of the pie here locally, you want to try Donato's Pizza in Madison. Enjoy our famous pizzas loaded with edge-to-edge toppings, 100 slices of pepperoni, the family recipe sausage, fresh hand-cut veggies, and premium cheeses like our aged smoked provolone. You'll notice the Donato's difference. But why stop there? We also offer subs, calzones, wings, and desserts. Don't keep eating those same old leftovers. Make tonight a Donato's night with Donato's Pizza on Madison Boulevard in Madison. Call 256-772-6789. That's 772-6789. And online at Donatos.com. Donato's Pizza, where every piece is important.
This is News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
Welcome back to Hometown Heartbeat, the Van Halen edition. May he rest in peace. Pour one out for my homie. Cancer sucks. We have been playing nothing but the hits from Mr. Van Halen all morning, and we would be remiss if we didn't play this one twice and just let it ride, baby. Let it ride. Shred it, big dog. I don't even know how you do that. My fingers don't move that fast. Woo! By the way, if you're watching the live stream and we haven't been kicked off yet, we will be very soon. Too much music on this one. But that's why we're doing it this way, because we are working on a solution that will allow us to play a lot more music for our radio guests and listeners, because that is our focus. We are a radio show. But will also allow us to not have to worry about you going into YouTube jail, which we tend to do very frequently because we love music.
Would you remove the music and we're still bouncing our heads and dancing? We're going to look like the biggest idiots on YouTube.
Yeah, no, go watch one episode of Rick and Bubba online, because they do this is where I figured out how to do this, right? Is that they do it. And so the problem is, like, they sing a lot too, and they're terrible singers. And so, like, if you're watching YouTube, they're just wailing away, just singing on something, and it's enough to make your back hurt. And if your back hurts, you need to call my friend Dr. David Lang. Let me tell you something. Dr. Lang is the best chiropractor in town. He's the official chiropractor of Hometown Heartbeat. He is one of my good friends, and he's the only chiropractor I know that takes care of attacking the problem, not just fixing the pain and making you come back like pain. It's not about pain management. It's about fixing the problem. It's about a whole body approach. We love Dr. Lang. You should too. Give him a call, 256-444-1600. That's 256-444-1600. He's right here in Athens in the Publix Shopping Center. And don't forget, Dr. Lang has your back. All right. Well, looks like all the Russia probe stuff is getting unclassified with no redaction. Hey, hang on.
I'm waiting for it.
Last night I was sitting here, not here, but I was sitting there thinking about how it didn't feel good. Trump's campaign feels like it's kind of dead in the water right now. And I'm like, what is this man going to do? He's going to lose. That's what he's going to do. And then he said, bam! I'm going to declassify everything. And as usual, it'll be pretty clear what happened. The left won't talk about it. No one will give it anything but Fox News. We'll be called crazy conspiratorial, even though we're literally reading facts from... And I circle right back. You know what? Hey, let me tell you what this show's like every single day. I'm a crazy conspiratorial lunatic. Everyone else is right. I'm an idiot. I'm a bigot. I'm a racist. I'm a whatever. Just shut up, you dumb redneck. The end. Over and over. And we're actually going to rename the show 3 Dumb Rednecks.
Are you getting rid of us?
Right? Exactly. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. First of all,
hold on a minute now. Hey, hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me ask you. Here is it used to be redneck meant you were red. Like I'm talking about red. Now it's, are you white? Are you from the South? Do you live in Alabama? You're an ignorant redneck.
Okay, yeah.
That's pretty much the baseline, which for us true rednecks is really offensive.
Yeah.
I'm triggered by that. Hashtag me too, hashtag triggered, hashtag millennial.
Hashtag real red.
Real. And for the record, that's the first time Papa over here knew what a hashtag was. Thank you for throwing your hat in the hashtag ring there, Papa. Hashtag.
Where do you use those? On the radio or?
Yes.
I'm going to sit over here and be really quiet.
It's a vocal tag that you use. It's only for on-air personalities. It's how it's code talking. It's like we're like the Navajo in the war. Speaking of, that's probably the greatest war movie. It's an underdog favorite. It's not it's not your Saving Private Ryan. It's not your. But Wind Talkers is probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
Don't know if I've seen that.
What?
Wind Talkers?
It's about the Navajo code talkers in the war.
I've not seen that. It's kind of like.
And you were alive during World War II, so
like
it
Dances with Wolves, like that kind of movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like Brokeback Mountain. That is an incredible movie, dude. You gotta if you like Saving Private Ryan, if you like,
seen that.
I would hope so. This was gonna be your last day if you hadn't seen that. Good gracious! No, anyway. Sorry, hard right there. Back to the declassification and rednecks and
hashtag we're back.
Now the rest of the show today is going to be hashtag.
That's better than 100. I'd rather you hashtag everything. Say hashtag yes, hashtag no, hashtag 100%. No, so here's the quote from the Trump. Now the Trump, by the way, on the tweeter, which. Come on, man. Like, I know quarantine's boring, but come on, man. I have fully authorized the total declassification of any and all documents pertaining to the single greatest political crime in American history, the Russia hoax. Likewise, the Hillary Clinton email scandal. No redactions. Trump added all Russia hoax scandal information was declassified by me long ago. Unfortunately for our country, people have acted very slowly, especially since it is perhaps the biggest political crime in the history of our country. So I don't love his methods, but he's not wrong. Watergate looks like somebody took the bucket off the water cooler. Literally, that's as like. They came in and they took a $25 thing of water that you bought at Walmart and stuck in your water cooler at work. Like, that's how little of a crime it was in comparison to what was perpetrated against him. Do we realize that? Like, now,
but you're crazy for
hey,
them.
man, hey, you're just crazy. That's conspiracy. That's a conspiracy. That's not real. Like, what? Why are people they're just so stupid. Mm-hmm. I find myself feeling really bad for them. Bless their hearts. We might be rednecks, but at least we're kind and not stupid. Hey, most rednecks I know can fix anything in the world with duct tape, wire, and a pair of dikes. I mean, we can figure out a way to make it work. Wheel fell off your car, don't worry about it. I got duct tape, wire, and a pair of dikes. We can fix it, by God. Like, we've talked about Papa's man card and how he, the nature of what he's done for a living his entire life has kind of precluded him from working with his hands and becoming, he's not real.
I don't think I have a roll of duct tape in my house.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
I don't think so.
Chastity, can he have his man card back out of your purse?
Have some Gorilla Glue.
Oh, well, okay. I'll give you that. That Gorilla Glue is pretty solid. Dude, I've got every color. I've got a duct tape. I got the duct tape rainbow. You never know what you got a color. You color match it. People don't even know it's there. Rip the leather in your car. Don't worry about it. What you need? Tan, brown, black. I got it. Duct tape. It just look. Hey, a political action was made and committed by branches of government to influence an election. Forget spying. The FBI was actively trying. Did you read the text messages? We're going to get him. We're going to get Trump. It was so bad, FBI agents took out personal insurance policies in case they were caught. And then when Hillary lost, they were caught. And I'm the crazy one.
But that's not real.
Hey, man. Hey, that's not real. That's a conspiracy.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't know why I immediately go to country voice when I'm trying, like.
That's your own doings
I
right
know,
there.
I know, but I gotta come up with a better voice for the angry American guy.
Gotta get uppity.
Like,
Gotta uppity it a little bit.
I don't have hoity-toity in me. Like, it's not something I can do.
I love the fact that you just said hoity-toity.
Yeah, well, I'm
I love it.
bougie.
Pinkies up.
Bougie.
Bougie.
Yeah.
My son thinks that word is hilarious. Zayden, if you're in the car right now.
Bye, and my dad's weird.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Bye, and my dad's weird.
That's right.
We
yes,
so
he
agree.
is. But I mean, seriously, like, I hope that this stuff comes out like for real, and actually they do what because he can authorize it, but like he said, until they actually go through the process, like this will be Connor's like big day, because he loves he wants the data, right? Like Connor is, and I love him for it. He keeps us honest here on the show. He's our fact checker. He's better than anybody Facebook's got. I promise you that. And so, like, I mean, this would be exciting, wouldn't it? I mean, it literally no redactions, all information declassified. Like, we would finally know what actually happened.
Yeah, it'd be great to get that unfiltered.
Oh my gosh, it probably won't happen because it's going to be really bad for the left. But no, man, that didn't happen. It's a conspiracy. You're crazy. You ignorant redneck. Like, I don't understand how am I don't even know what to say. It's moments like this that I feel bad for my son. Like,
yeah,
son, I'm sorry. It's our fault.
Yeah.
We are getting what we deserve right now. We became apathetic. We became stupid. We decided it was no longer important to actively participate and make ourselves intelligent and educated to what was going on. It's our fault. Son, I apologize. I'm leaving you with a mess, and it's on me. And it's on every other American. It's on everyone who can hear my voice right now. Freaking get up and do something. Quit yapping about it and do something. You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat. This is News Talk 770 AM, 925 FM, WVNN. News starts now.
Multiple precautions are being taken for tonight's vice presidential debate amid the growing outbreak of COVID-19 at the White House. Democrat Kamala Harris asking that plexiglass be installed between her and Vice President Pence.
Pence and Harris will be 12 feet apart. They'll be seated. Organizers saying anybody in the audience who refuses to wear a mask will be escorted out.
ABC's Alex Stone. It's still unclear exactly when President Trump was exposed to the coronavirus, but doctors say it's important to establish a timeline.
We know that symptoms are likely to pop up about 5 to 7 days after you're positive. So he may have been positive for a longer period of time, which kind of changes how many people may have been infected, who else needs to quarantine, and it all comes down to contact tracing.
Pediatrician Dr. Alok Patel. The president abruptly pulling out of talks with Democrats over a coronavirus stimulus relief package. Hurricane Delta making landfall along the northeastern coast of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. It was a Category 2 storm when it came ashore. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
My great-great-aunt Bertha May had certain words she would not let us say at the dinner table. Nowadays, if you're a government contractor, CMMC is one of those words. Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification. It's where you've got to be in the DoD world if you want to bid and win government contracts. 256-975-4758. My friends at Simple Helix, look, they're not afraid, and they can show you a cost-effective path to becoming CMMC compliant. What that means, they're going to help you navigate the process. They're going to make a plan, and they're going to get you to those big government contracts you need. Give my friends at Simple Helix a call today at 256-975-4758. That's 975-4758. Tell them the Beard sent you.
Remember being in your favorite sport clips, getting set for that great MVP haircut experience? Yeah, how about if we made that wait even shorter. Now, with Sport Clips On Deck text alerts, when you check in online or with our app, we'll text you a 15-minute heads up when it's time to head in. And when you're the next man up, you'll get another text to come take your seat. Less wait time, more prime time. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy.
When people walk through our doors, they all see something different.
A treehouse.
Our dream home.
Our cabin in the woods.
A new golf course community.
When you have every conceivable building material imaginable in place, the possibilities are limitless.
Purcell Lumber and Mill Shop. Let us bring your home improvement project to life. The best products and name brands in residential and commercial building supplies. From lumber to Benjamin Moore paints, DeWalt tools, custom millwork, doors, and more. Looking for something specific? Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is here to make sure you find the products you need to complete your home projects. Pay a visit today to Purcell Lumber and Mill Shop on Clinton Street in Athens and online at purcelllumberandmillshop.com. Or for questions, give us a call at 256-232-6320. Purcell Lumber and Mill Shop in Athens, where builders, remodelers, and home improvement specialists come to shop.
Last week, the United Nations released a survey of its employees, and it was not flattering. 1 in 3 workers at the UN say that they have been sexually harassed in the last 2 years. This harassment includes sexual jokes, offensive remarks about appearance, and unwelcome sexual conversations. The highest rate of harassment was reported by UN employees identifying as lesbian, gay, and queer. They call themselves that. Don't jump on me. LGQ. You know the drill. Now, the UN isn't the only so-called humanitarian group with problems. Employees say the World Health Organization has tolerated racism, bias, and financial misconduct. The World Health Organization is looking into it. A survey of employees at the joint UN program on HIV and AIDS found widespread complaints of sexual harassment and bullying. Now, this sounds like a crisis to me. Liberals, social justice warriors, and other humanitarians are sexually harassing other liberals. Lesbians, gays, and queers, they said it, not me, are hardest hit. I just want to know how long this bad behavior will be permitted. I want to know, how does it happen? I thought these people are perfect and they never did things like this. I thought it was only us. Why and how is this happening? More than 75% of identity theft victims who had accounts opened in their name did not find out that they had been victimized from their bank or credit card company. Don't be like them. Get LifeLock identity theft protection. LifeLock sees certain threats that you could miss if you're only monitoring your credit and bank statements. Plus, if you are a victim of identity theft, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist dedicated to your case will work to fix it. Now, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions in all businesses, but LifeLock looks out for you in a whole lot of ways, including scanning the dark web, where stolen identity info is often found. Get your free dark web scan, in fact, at lifelock.com/scan, and then pick the plan that's right for you. Save 25% off your first year with the promo code RUSH. It's real simple. lifelock.com/scan. 25% off, promo code RUSH.
Where Alabama talks, WVNN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Hometown Heartbeat. This is the Van Halen Memorial Edition. We are honoring the late Eddie Van Halen. May rest in peace, the greatest to ever do it, all morning long as we come back from break. You just got to let it marinate sometimes, folks. You just got to let it go. Let it go. Just let it play. Let it ride. I said jump. You know what I'm saying? My friends over at Simple Helix we're excited to have them on board. Listen, if you don't want to hire an IT professional or an IT department, you want to save a little bit of money, or there's just too much. There's a lot of cost in bringing an IT professional in to be in charge, and there's a whole lot of money involved in building out an IT department. Let them do this for you. Look, this is what they do. They specialize in it, right? Like, you're going to hire somebody. They may may be okay, but they also may be, hey, man. They may be that guy, and you don't want that guy for your IT department. So call my friends at Simple Helix, 256-975-4758. Again, 256-975-4758. Let them help you with all your IT needs because they're better than you are. And that's just the truth. We've got Johnny online too. Johnny, what is up? Bring it in here, big guy. Now make it strong, land the plane. Let's get it on.
Hey, man, I'm redneck too now.
Hey, man.
I called my old brother, and he said farmers were called rednecks because they were out in the sun working and their neck got red.
Uh-huh.
They also invented pants hanging down halfway down your butt, because they worked the butt off. Remember that?
Okay.
This coronavirus is driving me crazy. I was at Walmart yesterday, and one of their employees, I shouldn't have said Walmart, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Rhymes with Kmart.
Anyway, she got right in my face, an employee. I said, whoa, ma'am, 6 feet. I guess I ticked her off. She said, well, you need to get 12 feet because you're ugly. I'm like, it's getting terrible. Oh, hang on, let me let this guy out. You're welcome, buddy. I just gave a homeless guy a ride. Good thing about that, she can drop him off pretty much anywhere.
Oh, gosh. Copper, when... Johnny.
Y'all put me in the head.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Hey, when you don't hang up the phone, when we're done, Copper's going to hop on the line and get your phone number. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you, Johnny.
I got a lot to talk about.
All right. Good deal. So, Copper, if you could, don't hang up on him. Grab his phone number for me. That would be awesome. Johnny, thanks for calling in, and don't forget, stay 12 feet away because you're ugly.
Well, hey, thanks for putting me in that happy place where I can punch people in the neck and there's puppies and cupcakes. That way.
That's what we're here for, buddy. Thanks, Johnny. You too.
That's our listener. He'll punch people in the throat, but then he'll pick up the homeless man. What a great human being!
Hey, man. Hey, that's my kind of people.
That's perfect.
Oh gosh.
Zach's going to ask if he'll pick him up and take him to Waffle House every morning. That's why he's calling.
I'm not sure we didn't see that guy in Waffle House this morning.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Is that the cook we was talking to?
I loved it because we were going to make an order.
Oh, yes.
And I love this. Zach goes, hey, if we just do like a standing order and we come pick it up, is that good? He goes, everything but the T-bone.
As long as it ain't a T-bone, if it's one of them there T-bones, we're not going to be able to cook it till y'all get here. And I'm like, hey, man, that kind of defeats the whole point. Like, the whole point of me asking you this is so I don't have to come in here at the risk of getting shot by a crackhead. I just want to grab my food and go to the office. So if the T-bone's off the table, then it's just off the table. The option of me waiting around while you cook it, that defeats. I might as well stay here and get shot by a crackhead.
But they have a sirloin and a ribeye.
Oh, well, the sirloin and the ribeye should be good then.
But why would the T-bone be the one that he's singled out?
Food cost. Yeah. I think they're worried that we won't show up. I think they're worried, like, if it's just eggs, like, it's not going to be that big of a deal. If it's just bacon, it's not. But the T-bone, I mean, the food cost in the steak is probably a little higher. I don't know. He caught me completely off guard. He was, hey, man, yeah, absolutely won't be no problem at all. We'd love to help you out. Anything but T-bone. I said, what? Huh? Anything but T-bone. What do you mean anything but the T-bone?
I don't think he was woke.
Anything but T-bone? Like what?
He was wake.
He was definitely, hey, never mind. Never mind. That's called growth, folks. For everyone out there listening that heard me just pull up on the reins.
You've done this a couple of times, and I'm super proud
growing,
of you.
But I'm also scared that I'm going to grow too much. Because that's what makes me funny. My lack of filter. My lack of filter is what people love about me. They also hate it about me.
Yes.
But it's kind of my shtick.
Yeah, your shtick.
So I try to let Jesus take the wheel, and he filters out what the gospel will filter out. So it's now I'm just reacting in a good way. Like I'm not reacting poorly.
Just
Connor, did you just text message me? Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
Just be #half-filtered.
Oh my gosh.
And he said that.
Hey
with
Johnny,
such
I've got
pride.
Johnny, I've got the guy to punch. Found him.
Hashtag, will
found
you pick me
him.
up, Johnny?
Yeah, he's going to be homeless and get punched. And where did the puppies come in on that call?
I know, but hey, it was great. It was perfect.
I wouldn't punch a puppy.
I really like Johnny. Johnny's
Will Billy
a good
2.0. I'm just saying, Connor. I'm just saying, y'all weren't around for the old Will. Oh, you were here. For
I
that.
was,
Yeah.
yes.
Wonder how Fish is doing this morning.
Was that not Fish?
That was Fish.
That was
Yeah.
Fish. Well, then we need. Why Johnny?
Because
he's Fish.
Well, he gave the call screen. He gave Copper the name Johnny, so that's what she.
Johnny, when you call in, you're no longer Johnny. You're Fish.
Well,
Yes,
and Johnny,
you have to
Johnny,
be
you're going to
Fish.
have my cell phone number from this point forward. You can call me directly anytime, and we'll put you right on the air. Make life a little easier for you, and I'll be able to hear you a whole lot better. So, that man, golly, what a.
You just did the yeah, no. You just did it.
Yes.
Well, hey, just to be clear.
Hashtag conversion.
Oh my gosh, that's enough of the hashtag nonsense. I'm surrounded by idiots. Oh my god. I'm literally surrounded
Hashtag
by
filter.
idiots.
Hashtag best show ever.
All right, every mic is now muted but mine. Let me bring this back down. Remember the reins we were talking about? I'm on the throttle. I've got the brake. I've got the gas pedal, and I'm dang sure holding on to the steering wheel as best Let's go to a break, Copper. Please get me out of here. When we come back, we will do our last segment of the day. It'll be awesome. We'll have Van Halen, and we will run it. We might listen to a whole song. You just never know how you're feeling here in Hometown Heartbeat. Hey, make sure to go to the website, thehometownheartbeat.com. The Bearded Bonanza is going on. Should be going on. It's probably not because I haven't done what I'm supposed to do, but it will be soon, and we're going to give away $250. So check out the website. Make sure you get the podcast. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat.
Guys, you know how much I love MyPillow. I am very hot-natured. Ask producer Connor. He'll tell you he keeps a special hoodie here in the studio just to stay warm. My wife also doesn't appreciate it. You know what does? MyPillow. I've been sleeping on a MyPillow for a couple of years now, and let me tell you, I've never had a more comfortable night's rest in my life. No more searching for the cool side of the pillow, flipping it over and over and over and over again, waking up in the middle of the night, sweating everywhere. I don't have to deal with that anymore. The other thing I love about it is I can wash it and dry it. Literally, I take it out of the pillowcase, I throw it in the washer, throw it in the dryer, and it comes out as good as new. You know what the best thing is? They're made in the USA. They come with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. You absolutely will not have a better night's sleep than you'll have on a MyPillow. And today, you can buy one, get one free by calling 800-889-7318 or going to MyPillow.com. Go to Radio Specials and use the code BEARD at checkout. That's right, your big, beautiful bearded host giving you buy one, get one free on MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com, Radio Specials, use the code BEARD at checkout.
In any home, cabinets are an instrumental part of your design. So, when you open your current cabinets, what instrument do they play? Wouldn't you rather they sounded like this? They can. It just takes one call to us.
Cabinet Express Online, North Alabama's premier cabinet supplier. Whether you want a complete custom kitchen or some of our RTA line, at Cabinet Express Online, you will get the most value out of your hard-earned money every time. Are you looking for framed or frameless? Either way, in no time at all, your dream kitchen can be a reality. And the only place you should trust to bring that dream to life is Cabinet Express Online. Schedule your free design consultation today with Cabinet Express Online. Call 256-289-7355. That's 289-7355. And online at CabinetExpressOnline.com. Design your custom kitchen today with Cabinet Express Online.
You go as hard as you can. And then a little harder.
And it was like I stepped funny,
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I could barely walk on it.
Okay, let's take a look.
At Lang Chiropractic, we'll help your sports performance and your overall health by improving your range of motion, flexibility, relieving inflammation, and so much more. Focusing to improve your health and wellness in all areas of your life. Whether you're having trouble with back pain, neck pain, or just want to start feeling better when you wake up in the morning, Dr. David Lang is focused on a whole person approach, finding those underlying causes and creating a personalized plan for your individual needs. Schedule your visit by calling 256-444-1600. That's 444-1600 at Lang Chiropractic on Highway 72 East in Athens in the Publix Shopping Center. Visit us online at langchiropracticcenter.com. Lang Chiropractic, we've got your back. Come see us today.
The Dale Jackson Show, weekday mornings only on WVNN.
Last segment of the day. Do a little live version. Hit it, Eddie. Hit it, baby. Welcome back to the Hometown Heartbeat, Eddie Van Halen edition. May he rest in peace. We've been rocking out to Van Halen all morning. The greatest to ever do it, a virtuoso on the old guitar, and quite frankly, it may be controversial slightly. I think the best guitarist of all time. Hit it, Eddie. Make it hurt so good. So we are, last segment of the day, which is sad. We're sad about that. We're all over here crying and wailing and gnashing of teeth because we've just got so much more to talk about. But we've had a blast today. We've had a blast. But we got to talk about this hurricane deal because, as you guys well know, it's something that's very close to my heart, and the disaster relief stuff. If you've listened to the show for longer than about a week and a half, 2 weeks, you'll know that we spent some time in Louisiana, some 20 days after the last one that came through, and the devastation was unbelievable. If you want to see some of that, there's a video that we put out on our Facebook and I think YouTube of some drone footage of the devastation there on the Louisiana coast. My wife's family is from Louisiana, and so it's a place that I feel a draw to. I feel a connection with. Yeah, obviously, you know, as much as you can, a place like that. And so, as I'm watching this Delta, So I have friends in Cancun, by the way, that they just got out. They literally were there for their vacation, and last night I found out they were in Atlanta. They got evacuated out of Cancun, and two of their friends were moved inland, but they couldn't get on a flight. So it's getting pretty hairy down there, and it looks like it's going to get real hairy. And it's either going to hit as a 4 or a 3. A Category 3 would be 115 mile an hour sustained winds. So just a programming note, if that happens, I'll likely be gone for a little bit. But now with the team full, there's plenty to carry. I'll call in every morning and check in with you guys and do an hour. But if that storm hits the coast of Louisiana, we've already got a trip planned. We've got supplies being stocked up and ready to go. So we don't know when that'll happen or if that'll happen. But as for now, I can tell you that if it hits the coast of Louisiana as a Category 4, there will be massive loss of life. The houses are, there's so many houses that just have a tarp on the roof. And those, we put 4 or 5 tarps on while we're down there, and they're put on really well for a tarp, but it's a tarp.
Yeah.
It's not meant to withstand 35 mile an hour winds, much less 115. And they had sustained 130 mile an hour winds last time around. So it could be really bad. Governor Ivey issued a mandatory evacuation today. So the Alabama Gulf Coast is now evacuating.
Oh my.
So it could get pretty. Basically, the way these disaster relief trips work is you load the trailer up, get everything stocked and ready to go, and then you sit here and wait for somebody to get hurt, and it's a terrible. That's the worst part, right? Because you're sitting here watching it happen. You're like, we know what this looks like. We know what it's going to look like when we get there. It's going to break our heart every time. And so you hesitate to. It's not that there's no excitement in it. But I love being able to go and do that with River Tree Church and Nathan Goldschmidt of Huntsville Home Inspections. Shameless plug there for my buddy. By the way, the best home inspector I've ever used my entire life. He's the only one I used when I was a realtor. And he's inspected all my personal stuff. He's great. Give him a call. But no, it's we're definitely prayerful that it won't do what it looks like it's probably going to do. Because a Category 4 on the coast of Louisiana it's going to be catastrophic wherever it goes. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
But part of me hopes it hits somewhere else just so they don't go through it like twice in a year. Because what was that one that hit the Gulf Coast? It was the last one. It was like a 2, and it flooded, and we had loss of life, and it was bad at a 2.
It was really bad, yeah.
The difference in that one and this one, and I've learned a lot about hurricanes in this process, like how they work, what they do, which side's the wet side, which side's the dry side, which side has the tornado threats, which side, yada, yada, yada. And so the big deal with that one was that one just sat on the coast. It just sat there and rained. This one doesn't. It's not going to have that issue, so it won't be the flooding stuff, but the storm surge looks rough. It's all going to be bad. So we certainly hope that it makes a change, but if it does happen, we will load her up and head out. So just be praying about that. On line 3, it's been like 2 days since I've heard from him. Let's bring Sparky in here. Sparky, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, good morning. All my prayers out to everybody on the Gulf Coast with Hurricane Delta coming. God bless you. If you do end up going down there, be safe. I grew up in the mid-'70s. Starting high school was in a garage band. And we listened to and played the music of like Kiss and Bad Company and Alice Cooper and whatnot. So Eddie Van Halen kind of hit the scene a few years later when I was in the Army. But let me tell you what, I'm going to agree with you partly. The greatest rock guitar player ever.
That's a fair caveat.
Aficionados. Yep. And a lot of guitar aficionados and fans would argue that, well, I mean, of all time, it's Django Reinhardt, maybe. Chet Atkins, probably. Of living guitarists, if you've never heard Tommy Emmanuel.
Oh, Tommy Emmanuel is he's unreal.
Unbelievable. So modern day rock guitarist, probably Steve Vai and his guitar teacher Joe Satriani. But hey, a great loss. I listened to various stations. Everybody was playing Van Halen music yesterday afternoon. I shed a tear. I'll admit, I'm 61. If I make it to 65, God bless me then, too, I guess.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks, Sparky. I think that is we appreciate the call. I think that is a fair caveat, though, that best rock guitarist of all time, because it's like I can't stand it when people try to compare Barry Bonds or Mark McGwire, or those guys that played in that era, to a Giancarlo Stanton of today. I mean, Giancarlo Stanton will strike out 250 times. So, Mark McGwire or Barry Bonds will strike out 250 times his entire freaking career. So it's hard to compare different, like across different generations in sports, like different eras. Well, it's hard to compare across genre in music. Like the best classic rock as a genre guitarist, like, okay, that may be the best. That may be the best way to say of all time, of that particular set of guitarists. But there's
a personality too, as far as where some of these other ones you mentioned, best classical, best blues, may not necessarily have that feel. But I mean, that Eddie Van Halen and the group Van Halen was an era.
Absolutely,
groundbreaking.
Icon.
Oh, dude, it was, and the music was fantastic on top of it all. So it's definitely a big loss, like Sparky said. We appreciate the call, and definitely Tommy Emmanuel is. Dude, he's unbelievable. He makes my fingers hurt listening to him play. Like, it hurts me because I don't even know how. It's not possible physically to do what he does with the guitar, but he does it. So, no, it's definitely this whole music thing on our side, I kind of like it. I kind of dig it.
I do too.
Yeah, we can kind of
brings people together.
It does,
and we will too.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna bring them together. So, anyways, if you're in the Gulf Coast area, I mean, be safe, obviously. I know that she's evacuating all tourists and getting all the people that are vacationing and stuff out, and then I'm assuming mandatory evacuation will come after that for the Gulf Coast. Sandee, who were you just talking to? Someone that lives down there?
Oh, yes. It was my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
My brother and sister-in-law live right outside of Baton Rouge.
Okay.
In Prairieville.
Yep. So my brother-in-law lives in Baton Rouge.
Okay. And they said that it's supposed to hit there Friday and as a Cat 3.
Yeah. So that, man. And so right outside of that is Lake Charles, which is where we were. And Lake Charles, that's where that building That building that they showed all over the news, that big 20-story building with all the windows blown out, like we were right there. And so that's not 15 minutes from Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, man. Hopefully it takes a hard left or right or something. Go get somebody else a taste of it. I think they've had enough this year. But it's been a really active hurricane season. Hey, man, that's climate change. Man-made climate change. Global warming. Or weather.
Right.
Yeah.
Or it's just weather. I love James Spann when he gets to talking about this stuff. Oh, my gosh. He just absolutely destroys people. Because if you'll take the time to go back and look, if you'll actually be smart enough, I know I'm asking a lot. I get it. Big, tall order. But if you'll just go back and you'll look at weather records for pretty much all of recorded human history, it's gotten hot, it's gotten cold. It's gotten hot, it's gotten cold. The cow farts aren't doing it. I'm just saying. Methane gas from the boutoir of a big animal is not doing anything. But if it is, then just put a mask on it.
Exactly.
On their bum holes, and then you won't have to worry about global warming anymore because mask solves everything.
Exactly.
Good.
So why not?
Hashtag move.
I knew it.
Oh, my gosh.
Move.
I'm going to have to move. I'm going to have to move the mute buttons a little closer. I'm gonna have to move the mute buttons a little bit closer to myself, I think.
I'm quite fond of this new thing called the hashtag that I've learned today. And how do you use it?
No, you sound like my grandfather. That's exactly.
I love it.
Like, hey, hashtag, I'm hungry. Hashtag, make me a ham sandwich. And it's like, or just, hey, son, will you get me a sandwich? Hashtag, yeah, that's what I meant. Like,
hashtag, yeah, no.
It's unbelievable.
Makes me more current.
Hashtag,
You're
yeah,
woke
no
now.
100.
You're woke, officially.
I've been woke since 3 o'clock.
He would have been so much fun during Word of the Day. He would have been so much fun during the Word of the Day segment because.
So you're saying you could be gone next week?
Not anymore. No, I thought I was going to entrust that to you, and so now that that looks like sorry, coastal Louisiana, you're on your own.
'Cause I was going to say, Connor, hashtag 4:30 next week.
Yeah.
You guys are.
We're awesome.
Is the clock fixing to run out? Antonio?
We're hashtag awesome.
Antonio, is it about to be over? Can you get me out of here, please, for the love of all that's good? Antonio, by the way, you beat the brakes off of me in fantasy football, man. Congratulations on the big dub.
Thanks.
Huh? Hello, Antonio?
I said thank you.
Oh, I was like, it just sounded like somebody like duck farted. I was like, what happened?
Hashtag too quiet.
Yeah. Shut up. Good gosh. Listen, it's been this has been a good show. We've enjoyed being with you this morning. You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat with Boomer, Zach, Sandee Lou Who, producer Connor. We will be back tomorrow. Be sure to go to thehometownheartbeat.com, thehometownheartbeat.com. We'll see you in the morning.